When we visited Yosemite National Park in December 2023, we knew what we'd be getting.
I thought we were going to Yellowstone.
Well, most of us knew what we'd be getting. Many of the park's iconic areas would have their roads already closed for winter despite the fact that there was little to no snow yet. There would be lower water levels in the rivers and falls, and the number of daylight hours would be fewer. But what we were going to get was something that's not available during the summer: no crowds. That was perfect for us because it let us focus our attention on the park's real star, the Yosemite Valley. I think we're about to hit the south entrance of Yosemite National Park. I was lucky enough to visit with 3 folks who had never been, so I could see the area through fresh eyes. This video goes over the places I'd recommend taking first-time visitors in the valley.
Oh, there's a waterfall. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Every visit to the park has to start with a stop at Tunnel View. Ansel Adams' famous photo from here depicts something that ranks with any of the world's greatest viewpoints. Take the time to really absorb it before moving on. Our next stop was a short walk to the bottom of Bridalveil Fall. This is a great introductory waterfall for the valley, and it's a great way to stretch the legs after a long drive.
That's Bridalveil Falls. My point?
Well, there's a little bit of water coming over the top, but I thought it would be better.
I heard fire. Someone distinctly mentioned fire falls, and that's not on fire.
It's not on fire at all.
But apparently it's the wrong fall, wrong time of year, wrong everything. We've flubbed this.
Screwed up again.
Wow. That's El Capitan. It means the captain.
If you're staying in the valley, we would recommend the Ahwahnee. It's one of the jewels of all the national park lodges and offers great rooming and dining options during your stay. It's especially festive when it's decorated for the Christmas season. We arrived on a Friday evening, so after our drive and our stops at the Tunnel View and Bridalveil Falls, we settled into a nice dinner at the Ahwahnee bar to rest up for our next day.
We're having a lovely night here in Yosemite, drinking, as we always do. Good.
And then the lights went out. And we were scared.
So we're gonna go back up to our room and have even better wine.
We have this thing figured out.
It's Christmas time. It's so lovely. All the decorations.
The elevators that inspired the Shining elevators with blood. That is not a full dome right there. The Ahwahnee Hotel. Our room is right on the corner of the top floor, where there's that little bitty balcony that isn't open to us because it looks like the eave above it is collapsing. We almost got hit by a bike. That was scary. We're on a bike trail, quite obviously. The grand dining hall here in front of me. Our first hike in the valley was what's left of Mirror Lake, right from our hotel.
I got nothing.
It's less than a 2-mile walk with little elevation gain. A perfect acclimatization stroll to get used to the 4,000-foot altitude of the valley floor. That is Half Dome. This is said to be the tallest vertical cliff in the world, but that's Guinness, and the Guinness people, we all know they drink. The paved trail wanders along Tenaya Creek, surrounded by the vertical walls of Washington Column on the left and Half Dome on the right. So you're calling this the, how'd you say that, mirror effect? Photographers attempting to get the mirror effect. After our Mirror Lake hike, we decided to take the park shuttle over to the village for a walk over to the Yosemite Falls view, a spot where you can see both the upper and lower falls together. Afterwards, we took the East Valley shuttle to Curry Village to shop at the mountain store for equipment we wanted to improve our later hikes. Then it was a quick shuttle ride back to the Ahwahnee to wash up for dinner in the dining room, which had reopened after a lengthy restoration only the day before we arrived. Even though they hadn't started table service yet, the buffet was a grand experience at this elegant setting. The next morning, after a delicious buffet breakfast in the dining room, we departed for our most ambitious hike of the trip.
Good morning, elite subscribers. Here we are at the Ahwahnee, waiting for the shuttle to take us to Vernal Falls. We love the Ahwahnee. It's a gorgeous old hotel. We had great food while we've been here. Wonderful service.
It was a steep slog from Happy Isles Nature Center to Vernal Falls along the start of the John Muir Trail. It was just over 1.25 miles to the full view of the Vernal Falls on the Mist Trail. However, we climbed over 900 feet in that time. It's a steep trail, so be prepared.
The mighty Merced River flowing. We'll see what this is like going over somewhat of a cliff. Right here, not a lot of water.
It's rocky, it's dirty. I'm gonna hike it the whole way down to the Mexican border.
And if we don't make it all the way to the bigger falls, we will call this Vernal Falls. This is our backup falls.
The mileage chart mocked us for how little of the trail we'd be hiking.
What can I say that hasn't already been said?
That's up towards Glacier Point up there. We're not quite going that high.
No, which is a good thing.
Making of a family Christmas card. The camera's being pointed straight forward. This trail is just this steep. And I want to point out, the others are not enjoying it as I am not enjoying it.
Being a very popular trail, squirrels were about the only wildlife we saw on the whole trip.
Avalanches usually mean a good view. Which means cameras need to be taken out.
That is an accurate statement. This is beautiful.
Our first look at the waterfall, sorta. The waterfall isn't what it normally is, but then again, we're not here at spring. Vernal Falls are hardly screaming right now, but it is a neat little ribbon fall, and you can tell that it's normally much wider. This trail is the Mist Trail. It's got a lot of stairs. A little further up the Mist Trail, we can actually see the total fall of Vernal Falls from this spot.
This is so spectacular. We're at Vernal Falls. It's breathtakingly beautiful. I love it. There it is.
The water in it is just barely above freezing, which makes it unsuitable for spa treatments.
I laughed. I cried. I was out of breath. That became a part of me.
The Mist Trail, often more fun going up than going down, and it's not fun going up.
Thank you. You know everything in your pack's about to fall to the ground, right?
Yes. That's why I keep the camera here.
Try to just ignore the camera. Ignore the camera.
I got it.
During our video review, we even spotted one of the Sierra Nevada's hermits along the trail.
Like the rod, sir.
Thanks, sir. I practice when I'm alone.
Put that back in your pocket, camera boy.
Maybe.
Bye-bye.
We're back at the Ahwahnee, at the bar.
Yes, it's officially beer o'clock. Or two.
Or two.
So I'm thinking maybe wine, but at least one glass. Yosemite Falls. No. We're heading to Yosemite Falls. Now that the camera's rolling.
I was going to say we're heading to Yosemite Falls, but someone jumped in and interloped. We think we're heading to Yosemite Falls. We have no idea where we are. Lower Yosemite Falls. Not nearly as tall as Upper Yosemite Falls, but it's impressive in its own right. Our hypothesis that crowds scared away wildlife was clearly wrong.
Why, good sir, it is right there.
Explains the lodge-like facility. Mike and Vicky at Yosemite Lodge, waiting for a bus that may or may not come. As sun has set on the valley, we're sitting here waiting at a bus stop, waiting to be brought back to our hotel.
I am a ne'er-do-well. I don't know what to do. I just sit around and wait for good things to happen to me.
Well, my girlfriend here says if we wait, they will come. The bus.
Is she a cult member?
God, I hope not. Well, we're waiting for the bus at bus stop number 7.
That evening, we had dinner out from the bar in our room, the Married Tresidor Suite. On our departure day, the rain had started, so it was the perfect time to leave the valley. We decided to add one more site for this trip, something that even I hadn't done before. We drove north to visit Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. This has been described as another Yosemite Valley. As we suspected, this part of the park had even fewer visitors than the valley. The view from Crane Flat Road. Ansel Adams photographed from here also.
Oh, really? Interesting. Factoid.
You mean it's true?
And so Hetch Hetchy is a dam?
It's the name of the reservoir. I think the dam is O'Shaughnessy Dam, but the that little valley itself used to be maybe another Yosemite. The descent to the Tuolumne Canyon in Hetch Hetchy, and the dramatic voice of an announcer. Come on down! What do we have for her, Johnny?
Water behind a concrete structure. It could be diveable. We could be scouting a dive site.
The dam at Hetch Hetchy Lake. Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. This supposedly was another Yosemite Valley, and when they dammed it up to make drinking water for San Francisco, supposedly that's when John Muir died of a broken heart.
And John Muir's a whiny little bitch.
It's quite spectacular. Considering the times, it's not really a wonder that the valley was converted into a lake. It's really surprising that Yosemite Valley was not dammed and converted into water storage. For that, we have to be thankful. The Tuolumne River. Insert your own captions in the comments below, thank you very much. There are 63 national parks in the United States. Yosemite certainly ranks as one of the greatest national parks in the world, and it's always a privilege to visit. If you have any recommendations of things to see in the park that we missed, please leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to see more of our journeys, consider becoming one of our elite subscribers. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.